Hello, future Grandmasters. The journey to Watch as Champion continues, and I have just had another major accomplishment. Right after winning the match against Vidit, I flew back home to London to play in the Titled Tuesday tournament, which is a part of the Grand Prix qualifier to the Speed Chess Championship. If you don't know, the Speed Chess Championship is the premier online chess tournament. There is the Champions Chess Tour, but in my opinion, the Speed Chess Championship is the most prestigious online chess tournament every single year, which features the 16 of the best players in the world. And I have just earned a spot. I was the 6th player to qualify. I qualified by clinching a result in Title Tuesday, and it went down to the final game. In this video, future Grandmasters, I'm going to analyze some of my critical wins. And we're also going to talk about some recent releases to my new website. And we're also going to discuss the future tournaments that I'm going to play, including a series of 4 matches all over Europe. So if you are near Utrecht in Netherlands, if you are near London in England, if you are near Paris in France, or you live near Sharjah in the United Arab Emirates, it's about 30 minutes from Dubai. If you are in any of these cities across the world, I'm going to be coming there, playing extremely exciting matches, and there's going to be spectators, and it's going to be a completely new chess format. So now please enjoy the analysis, and you can see how the chess always speaks for itself. So, going into the qualifier for the Speed Chess Championship, it is a Grand Prix series across 6 months, and this was the final qualifier. So now we have to go to the beginning of the tournament. I started the tournament with a relatively smooth game. The critical moment was when I sacrificed my rook, trapping the queen. The second round, wait, no, this is not me. Sorry, my second round game was actually a pretty difficult game. We were in time pressure. We had a sort of a unique opening. Around here, I built up a sort of strong advantage, and at some point, the game got a bit frisky. I missed some opportunities. At some point, I was worse. I'm better. I'm worse. I'm this. I'm that. Anyways, had to clutch up in the end games. I won the 3rd round in an endgame masterpiece. We'll start it around here. So everything was going well, and then we got ourselves into a bit of an endgame. So I have to defend the pawn, and at this point we have, essentially I'll go from the black side. I have these 2 pawns, but this pawn is also quite strong himself. So the rook, for example, the rook moves up here, then the king goes up, and the rook's kind of stuck. So let's say you go d6, and now I go h4, and it's sort of, you don't really know where to bring the rook, because if the rook moves, I'm going to take, and then I consolidate. And let's say the rook goes here, and you go there. Now, honestly, there's no threat. So I still keep it tied to the rook. Eventually, the rook has to move, then I take, I'll defend the 2 pawns, and the 2 connected passers are really strong. But then, guys, look, disaster struck. Okay, I'm playing black against Alexei Shirov. I play the Italian. Everything is going well. He hits me with this insane opening surprise, which the computer doesn't like, but apparently it's theory, and this really caught me off guard. Then the game went on normally. Everything was okay. Everything was solid. And then here, in a position where I have really a risk-free position, I play b5. I consolidate my 2 knights. His bishops aren't that good. The position's close. The knights are usually better. And then suddenly I blunder b5, and I've suddenly lost control. Here I had to find knight d4, but everything just sort of collapsed, and I lost this game. And now I have 3 to 4. If I don't get 9.5, that means that in the next 7 games, I have to win 6 games to make 1 draw. I get super strong opponents. What do you guys think I did? I won. Then I won. Then I won again. And then this was an insane game against Christopher Yu. So again, my trusty Italian. Let me know in the comments if you think I should make an Italian course for my website. Everything was normal, but I built up a strong central position. Then eventually, he sort of forgot to play h6. I was able to capitalize. Now the knight is really sort of already placed. If you go back, then I bring the knight in to attack, and I want to double his pawns, and this king is super weak. So I'm getting all this momentum. I'm going, pushing, and everything is good. Eventually, he takes, giving me complete central control. And then I just roll my pawns up. I protect the knight from any discoveries. I go f4, knight g3. Now the knight comes to h5. trying to play f5, bishop here, g4. I was super happy that I didn't hesitate with g4. Like, I was just going all in, not hesitating, g4, bishop back to f2, takes, bishop g3, supporting the structure. I want to go queen h2. I really want to play f5, because if I play f5 now, I lose the pawn. If I go here, protecting, he goes here, I go e6, and then here, queen e2, consolidating. Eventually we trade the queens, knight e2, b4. I've almost messed it up. Things are getting a bit tense, but if you look at his time, he's got almost no time. And then I found this amazing idea here, and now I play knight d4, rook takes g7. This is, I think, the only move to win. Point being that after takes, I just go f6, and he's getting mated. Because if king goes here, I check. If here I queen, the knight comes back, I give a check, e7, and I'm gonna win. So this was a super clutch moment, and I won this game. And then I had another really, tough opponent. I was playing Bortnik, who's a very strong, online specialist, and he had this sort of unique opening idea. It's like a reverse Dutch. Everything was fine. Everything was normal. I go for the f5 break. We have some sort of tension. At some point, we're sort of in a landlock of where I'm improving my position. He's sort of waiting. It's very slow. I'm putting some pressure. I go b6. He makes a mistake taking. He thinks he gets two pawns, but it doesn't really matter because now I have knight g4, getting the attack. Queen g3 is a super strong move because again, if he takes, he's just getting mated. He has to give the bishop back, but win the pawn, take all the pawns, collect everything, and I win the game. There was a nice tactical finish. Bishop takes g2, check. Because the point is if he goes here, I take the check. If here, I take the check. He can't really escape the checks. This is the only way to escape the checks. Computer likes a simple move like this, but even just queen f4 protecting the same concept. So I won this game. Then it was one more super important game against David Anton. He played the Caro-Kann, his sort of specialist line. We get a semi-closed structure. Knight c8 is a bit of a weird move. I didn't think I reacted that well. I should have been a bit more ambitious in my reaction. But this was a big mistake, knight e1. I definitely didn't show my best. Yeah, so here you can see the nerves were getting to me. Position wasn't good. Anyways, I kept fighting, slowly fighting back, outplaying my opponent. Eventually, I sort of equalized, and I was super happy with this moment. And I found this amazing move, bishop e8. And from this moment, after he played like rook c1, I saw that if he plays here, then I'll take, and bishop e8. And I thought like, okay, wow, I got him. Unfortunately, he can go here, and then it's good. But anyways, I kept the momentum. He defended well. Here I had to see this tactic, playing knight takes a5, because he can't take because of this. I don't know why I sort of blanked. He was able to get back into the game. At some point, I'm like sort of slightly worse, but there's no time on the clock. Anything can happen. His king looks weak. I should have. Wow, e5 is super strong. Anyways, it kept the momentum. He was low on time, as you can see. Last trick, he blunders. Rook comes over to h4. He's just getting mated. He checks, but there's no checks left. And now I go queen f6, locking in the king. Regular J is going to be checkmate no matter what. So again, in blitz, anything can happen. Especially with time pressure. This was a super important win. So now in the final round, I was paired against Denis Lazovic. So as you can see, we both had 9 points. We were the only people with 9 points. So he had slightly better tiebreaks than me. So obviously, a draw would probably get him first place. But in the bracket tiebreaks, if he beat me, he would have qualified to the Speeches Championship. And I think that the first prize in Title Tuesday is $1,000. Second is $500, so it's a $500 difference. But in Speeches Championship, I think if you win the whole thing, in total it was like 30 or 40,000, and then there's like an in-person final and all this stuff. So I certainly, think that he should have maybe played for a win, but it's not really in his style. He's usually quite solid with black. So I was able to force the draw in the typical Berlin fashion, and I secured qualification to the Speeches Championship. So that means that, all the best players in the world are going to be playing there, and I'm going to be there. And it's going to be in a blitz, so it starts 5+1, then there's 3+1, then 1+1. So you guys are going to see me playing on the biggest online stage. And as you can see, you can blacklist me, you can do everything you can to ruin my career, but If there's an open qualifier tournament, I'm going to be there and I'm going to win it. So to all you tournament organizers, be careful holding open qualifiers because then I actually have a chance to show how good I am. So if you want to keep blacklisting me, don't hold open qualifiers. Just my advice to all my enemies out there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. This was a super clutch game. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you're a future Grandmaster and want to see a bunch of exclusive content, you can go to gmhans.com. I'm going to be releasing different opening repertoires on there, which is included in the $6 per month subscription. Thank you and goodbye.